Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Janelle and I upload new videos every Wednesday and Friday. And in today's video, I'm filming a different kind of video than I normally film. However, I do want to incorporate more videos like this. I've done a couple on my channel and I just think that they're really important and they're stuff that are so prominent in my life. I want to share it with you guys. So today I wanted to talk about 7 cliche things that will actually improve your life. These are that we hear all the time, but we don't apply because we're just like, yeah, like that's not really gonna make a difference. I used to be that person that thought that until I started implementing these things, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like they actually work. And they're the simplest things that will help you achieve your goals more efficiently and help you stick to them and stay on track. So I have them written down here and we're gonna get into them. Before we get into the video though, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified every Wednesday and Friday when I upload. I love you all so much, and let's jump into the video. Alright, so the first of the 7 cliche things that will actually improve your life, wait for it, it's getting up early. Literally the simplest thing. It's such a simple thing and it seems so difficult. If you can allot yourself just a couple of hours to just be alone and quietly ease into your day versus like rushing, getting up and automatically starting to get ready and just feeling so rushed for time, it really changes the mindset of your day and you're just way more effective and efficient with everything that you do in the day when you can just like ease into your morning and get up earlier. It's not even about getting more done in the day. It's just like having that time to yourself. And then if there's anything that you want to get done before work or before school, you're able to do that because you have a couple more hours before having to rush into work or start to get ready. Now for me personally, when I tried to implement this in the new year, it kind of made me depressed waking up before the sun got up. So now I'm just trying to like match whatever sunrise is, and that's when I get up. That's what works for me, but do whatever works for you. If you are cool with waking up at 4 a.m., going to the gym and all that, by all means do it. If you can't get yourself to get up that early, maybe just try getting up an hour earlier than you normally do. And I'm telling you, just having that extra hour in your day to just like, again, ease into it, spend that time alone or spend it with God will just make your day so much better. The second most cliche thing that I promise you will improve your life, and I promise I am not making this up, it's making your bed. I used to get so irritated when I'd hear like some multi-billionaire, they said these 3 things help them get better. I'm like, yeah. What does making your bed have to do with anything? You know what I mean? It really makes such a difference. Just like getting up and just already tackling one simple task, getting rid of the chaos from your sheets everywhere, really just like kind of gets rid of any chaos in your head and puts your mind in the right spot. And then that way, every time that you're walking past your room or as you're getting ready, you don't feel like just chaos is there. Your bed is made. It really does help get your mind in the right place for the day. I feel like, put it this way, like, you know how you could be having a great day and then you just have like a really rude or mean interaction, and you see how that like instantly switches your mindset for the day and you are just like instantly just upset. Like it can completely transform the course of your day by just having one bad interaction. It's the same thing in the morning. Like by starting out with one good interaction and getting something done, that will literally get your mind on the right track for the day. Same idea. Our minds are so easily manipulated that's why doing these simple things are going to help so much. My third piece of advice for improving your life is to physically write down your goals. Now I've talked about this in several videos, but I'm not kidding, it works. One thing I will say, for me personally, I will pray about my goals because I do not believe in manifesting. As a Christian, as a woman of God, I don't want to manifest my own future. I want to do everything for God's will. So I'll pray about things that I'm going through or things that I want to strive for, and I'm always going to pray that they will align with God's goals. But just literally like writing down things that I want to achieve, as long as they're aligned with God's will, really does help you just focus and put your mind to it. Remember when I first started college, I wouldn't pass my classes. Like I just wasn't focused. I was too just distracted by other things in my early 20s. And then once I started writing down like, no, I'm going to pass every single one of my college classes. That's my goal this semester. 3.5 GPA. Writing that down just put it set in stone in my head, and then it made it to whenever I had like an exam due but my friends wanted to go out to dinner, some sort of thing coming up. It engraved it in my head so much that school was first that it forced me to be like, you know what, I can't make it out today. I have this exam due and my goal at the end of the semester is to pass all my classes. So that's why I have to miss going out with you. It sounds super simple and kind of weird, but I promise it works. And I remember the first semester that I wrote that down, I literally passed every single one of my classes with like all A's and B's, and it just helped me focus so much more because I knew what I was aiming toward. Anything that would come in the way to distract it, I was like, sorry, can't do that. My end goal is here. And it really helps. I'm somebody that's easily distracted, so this really helps me just focus on what I really want to accomplish and things that I want to achieve in life. And this can go with anything. It could do with like school. It could also do with like personal goals, like building stronger relationships, your mental health. It could do with your physical health, anything like that. But by writing them down, I'm telling you from personal experience, it worked. Please take my word for it. This also helped me with my YouTube channel by just writing down that, okay, my goal this year is to upload 2 videos a week. I knew that that was something I was striving for. And so now that I wrote it down and it made it set in stone, I will do whatever I can to make sure I'm achieving that goal, whether it's waking up earlier, whether it's working on my lunch break. Along with writing down your goals, I highly recommend writing down a time frame on which you want to achieve those goals, and then writing down smaller goals in between your bigger goals of how you're gonna accomplish that bigger goal. So with this, I recommend doing like yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. And this will help keep you accountable and help you keep doing those little steps each day that are gonna help work you toward your bigger goal. And it'll put things into like a better perspective for you versus like looking at the big picture and being like, oh my gosh, that's so overwhelming. How am I gonna get there? By breaking down your goals in smaller increments, you can just tackle those little things each day. And my 4th tip is writing down to-do lists. This kind of ties into goals. These are just those little to-dos that will help you achieve your goals or just in general. And I kind of recommend this the same way I recommend writing down your goals is doing like monthly to-do lists, weekly to-do lists, and daily to-do list. This for me just helps for me not to get overwhelmed. If I have like a bunch of stuff that I need to tackle just like jumbled in my head, it will stress me out and I won't know where to start. I get overwhelmed. But by physically writing each of them down, I can then look at my list, see what I need to prioritize, tackle those first. And there's nothing more satisfying than doing a check mark off of something that you've completed on your to-do list. And that's the same with goals. When you can check off a goal that you reach, it is the most satisfying thing, like more satisfying than anything in the world. And I'll just write down everything just so that I can check it off sometimes. I've also found that by writing down my to-do list, it helps me figure out creative ways to incorporate the small things that I need to do during like in between downtime. So for example, whenever I write down that I need to complete an assignment by a specific day, I'll be like, oh, I get 2 15s on my work break. I can tackle part of it on one of the 15, the other part while I'm on my lunch break. And I'm able to just like easily fit things into spots where I would generally be doing nothing. I can it helps me remember those small little tasks that I need to do and then just put it in during time where it won't even make a difference. It won't really impact my day that much because I'm doing it during times that I would have been doing nothing. My 5th piece of advice is prayer, you guys. You guys, as a Christian, I'm not gonna lie, up until this year, my prayer life was lacking. I got so focused in on scripture and like I would spend time in the morning with God reading scripture, but I wouldn't so much like talk to him or designate a set time to talk to him. I would talk to him here and there throughout the day, but I wouldn't just like sit down and pray and be in his presence. Especially in the morning, I found that it has really been super important to me to spend time with him in the morning. You guys, prayer, I feel like a lot of times we think that we're talking to like dead space and he's not even listening to us and he's worried about so many other things going on in the world that he doesn't care. But the truth is that God is omnipotent, I think is the word for it. So he is there all the time and he is listening. And you guys, it's kind of crazy to talk about, but it could definitely improve even better. But ever since I've really been focusing on prayer, you guys, I've seen miracles, I've seen things happen, I've seen him impact people around me and touch people that I've been praying for, and it just blows me away that I'm like, God, you're actually listening? Like, this works? Like, it's crazy. So if you have any concern, I don't care if you think you're like not a good prayer or if you don't know how to pray, you guys, praying is not that intimidating. It's literally just talking to God. You're talking to a parent that just loves you unconditionally. Now, he's not gonna judge you, he's not gonna get offended. Just talk to him. He's listening, he's there. And I promise you, any concern that you have in your life, take it to him, because I promise you, he's been able to like give me peace and help me through situations that, in other words, I would have never seen it through. Again, it sounds cliche, but I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. Like within the last 3 months alone, things that I have just been so, like I thought that there was no hope for, I've prayed about and he has come through. This makes me just love him so much more and just recognize how real and how much he actually cares about me and truly loves me. Like, let that sink in. He loves you. So just talk to him. My sixth piece of advice is to not check your social medias first thing in the morning, or just not be on your phone first thing in the morning, not check your text messages. This is something I started implementing about 2 years ago, and it has really helped my mindset. So many times before, I would get up and just like scroll on social media. Next thing you know, you're in bed for like 30 minutes and have done nothing productive with your day besides like compare yourself, you know, whatever. And it just like does not get your mind in the right place. So I definitely recommend waking up, making your bed, making your coffee, doing whatever you have to do, and just like spending at least an hour not immediately responding. I don't know what video I watched it in because it was like 2 years ago, but it basically said that when you wake up and you check your social media or your email, you're just automatically training your mind to just be in response mode right away. Taking care of what other people need versus taking care of yourself first, making sure you're in a good place so that way afterwards you can respond to emails or text messages in a way that's way more effective. This has also helped with my mental health so much, you guys. I found that the days where I forget to do this and I actually end up checking my social media handles, the trajectory of my day goes way different and I just don't feel as productive. I'll feel like in a fog or I'll feel down. So important to just ease into your day, have that time alone with yourself or spend that time with God. Spending it with God has made it so much better for me too. Kind of also link this into my previous piece of advice, which is not checking your social media, spending that time alone and in prayer or with God. Basically, like the first hour of my day, I don't let myself do anything but make my coffee, read my Bible, and pray. Until those things are done, I won't tackle any other tasks. And I found that, especially when I first moved into this house, I'd be like, oh, let me sweep up the kitchen real quick. Let me clean up this room real quick. Let me do these dishes real quick. And the next thing you know, I was on to the next task. And the next thing you know, my morning was almost over and I had to rush through prayers and my Bible reading and all of that. And then my day just still felt super rushed and I started feeling so depressed. And then I asked myself, why am I feeling this way? And the truth of the matter is that I was just rushing through my day, just tackling all these tasks versus like making sure I'm okay and spending that like peaceful time with me and God. Not checking your social medias and not doing anything and just like easing into your morning, I find super effective. My seventh piece of advice for improving your life is to control your words and your thoughts. You guys, this again is so cliche and it sounds so just like yeah, whatever. There's so much power in your tongue. Your tongue has a power of life and death. So when you're speaking just like negatively, saying that you can't do this, saying that I'm an idiot, saying that I'm fat, saying that I'm ugly, saying that I'll never make any friends, you're speaking that. Your words have power. Control what you're saying about other people too. There's so much power in your words. There's so much power in your thoughts and how you're seeing in yourself. One thing that I have found helpful for me is when I have a negative thought, like holding it captive and just like speaking either scripture over it that negates it or just praying about it. Because if you let your mind get in a dark place, you will stay in a dark place and you're not going to head in a positive direction if you keep letting your mind spiraling down these negative thoughts. That's also why I get so angry when people around me will like say negative things or say something and I'm like, unless you want that to happen, don't say it. Like, pray that it won't happen instead of just saying that it's gonna happen. It drives me crazy, and I think it drives me more crazy because I've noticed it in myself once I stopped thinking negative thoughts and once I stopped speaking such negativity in my life. Things really started to look up. My mental health improved so much, and it's something that I still deal with. It's something that I still recognize that I will have bad days with sometimes. I think the important thing is just like recognizing it and then being more mindful when you are saying something. Just try to control the things that you're speaking over your life and the things that you're saying about yourself and saying about others and the thoughts that you have. All right, you guys, so that wraps it up for this video. I really hope that I wasn't rambling too much. It's just when I get passionate about something and when something just has truly worked in my life, I've been on the complete opposite side, not being able to see the other way through or not thinking that I could ever get in a positive space. It just makes me so passionate. I just want to like get everything out as much as possible and I just start talking fast and rambling. So I apologize for that, but I really pray that this video was helpful for you. If it was, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every Wednesday and Friday when I upload. I truly love you all so much. I pray that you all stay safe and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!